It is Wednesday, uh, April 20th, 2022. I'd already gone into a quiet mode, I guess. And I don't know, I didn't really feel like hearing the sound of my voice again. You know, just got home, or not home, um, from being out at work. And yeah, I am emotionally depleted from being on stage for as long as I was, which is every day, nearly, out amongst other people, being seen, you know, at any moment I could be talked to and I would have to respond. Um, and I'm on display. Um, People can see me, um, which just I can feel being seen and feel needing to mind my presence, like the way I uh, inhabit the world. Um, 'Cause I like to move a certain way. I like to talk to myself a certain way, and interact and uh, be vocal in a certain way in response to things that I'm dealing with. And it doesn't require anybody else to notice. I'm just doing what I do, and it's like I'm not doing it for anybody else's benefit or amusement. I'd be by myself. I'd be doing that same thing. It's like I don't really want to be seen, and it's like I only note when I get noticed. Well, when I notice being noticed, it's like, that might have been weird. It's like, don't you guys talk to yourselves? I talk to myself all the time. So, I don't know. It's just my way of uh, mediating, moderating my own environmental suit, um, regulating um, my senses. So they don't, I don't get too upset or frustrated or any sort of thing, or just get distracted or make a mistake or something. I don't know. It helps with my concentration, I guess. Helps me stay with the task and the order of operations as I understand them, and be able to adapt to situations as they develop, as things happen or don't happen according to what I think is supposed to happen, or in the order that I think they are supposed to happen. Because when things don't happen in the right way, in the right time, as I think they are supposed to, then that's, it can, if I'm already being stressed out by other factors, it can provoke um, an escalating or an escalation uh, of a of of a shutdown, I guess. Um, and I guess it just wears. It just builds up throughout the day, and it's like building up a static charge, is how I describe it. And then there's just no way to get rid of it, except for trying to regulate and moderate throughout the day as best as I can, and then being able to dissipate by grounding, however it is that I ground, which is usually just by myself, uh, taking a nap, eating some food, being alone, quiet, um, going for a run, anything like that, or just watching YouTube videos. But grounding. So I moderate, regulate, but then I need to dissipate the charge that builds up out there. And I did bring up, because it is still Autism Awareness Month, all month. Not that that means anything special to me, because every month is the same and every day is the same. Another chance, another opportunity. I don't have to wait for particular days or months or years to do anything. Any day, any time is right now is the time to do anything. But I did bring it up again because I didn't want it to be forgotten for this person that I brought it up to at the beginning of the month. Because who knows, maybe they thought I was joking or kidding, or who knows what they thought. But I brought it up again because I was thinking about it. I wanted to make sure that they knew that there's, the way I am is not just it's like I don't want to need to be treated differently than other people. But then there are lots of times when I need to be treated differently, with a different candor, different attitude, a different approach, a little bit more patience and tact, as best as people what they can manage, or understand, or be sensitive to. Like, I don't mean to be frustrating or to not understand things. It's like I'm not trying to be difficult. It's like I really do not want to aggravate or upset anyone. I am trying my best to understand. So I appreciate anybody that recognizes my patterns and picks up on them without me needing to feel like I have to teach people and bring it to their attention. They just kind of notice that they get better responses out of me if they handle me a little bit more carefully. Because otherwise I just shut down and I stop talking. I just kind of like, okay, I give up on them. It's like I just can no longer afford to continue to try to communicate with certain individuals. I just have to just shut down and I just stop. And sometimes they can, come back, and sometimes they can't. And it's not me really choosing. It's just, I don't really know. It just happens. And so anyway, so I did talk about it again. I brought up Asperger's syndrome, even though it's not called Asperger's syndrome anymore, for kind of good reasons, I guess. But should we not forget? I don't think we should forget. I think the name is fine, personally. In my opinion, because I don't think that the history of it should be so easily or carelessly dismissed, displaced, and like just, I don't know, keeping it in the front of the mind as far as the name keeps the history alive. So I don't know. So there's that. And then I need to write the story of this past week about the job offer and me turning it down and why and how, and it's kind of, it seems like, yeah, they didn't have a backup plan for me saying no. They just thought that I would, be tempted and enticed by, it's like, all this money. Oh, great, sign me up. I sure could go for some more money and give away more of my life and spend it at work and be more responsible and have probably about at least double the amount of responsibility and probably triple the amount of stress. And then being obliged to have to communicate with the people that were working directly beneath me, and I have to schedule them to their hours and then go to meetings and then problem solve and troubleshoot and communicate and be on call for when people don't show up or do what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, sign me up right there. That sounds fun. No, please no. I don't know what kind of pay raise it would have taken for me to even consider that kind of. I don't know if there's any sort of monetary compensation possible for that kind of. It's like I cannot afford to work more hours than I already am. I'm already at my threshold as far as what I am willing and capable, and I have to acknowledge my own limitations. I think I'm probably working too much as it is already. I can't afford to throw on another 16 to 20 hours on top of that. I need my decompression. I need my grounding, and people don't understand that. And it's not for them not being able to. It's just it's none of their business. It's like if I say no, the answer is no. I'm not. So I think people are a little bit. Some people are maybe disappointed or hurt or upset that and that's just how it is. With me, I don't say the right things, do the right things, the expected things. I don't react in expected ways. I don't respond in expected ways because I'm interpreting an entirely different reality from. So it's like, yeah, I'm really funny. Great. I'm so funny. That's what I'm here for. To be amusing. I'm just processing a different world and doing my best to try to keep up. And I have interesting observations sometimes. And I come up with interesting concepts and takes on situations that are going on. Unconventional, non-standard, atypical. So, So they will have to get over it. I cannot. I even said it's like I can be cross-trained, but I don't want to be on the hook for taking the job. It's like I'd be willing to learn exactly, and who knows, maybe someday I'd be able to, but not, I can't just be thrown in on it and without any knowledge ahead of time. Because I would need to make it a lot more efficient. Because if I can't do the job in, the time that I want to be able to be there, it's like, no, I'm not working 60, 70 hours a week. Not being at work that much. No, not a week-to-week basis. Like if I had to do it, like on a particular 1 week out of a year, I could do that. But if it was expected every week, 60 to 70 hours, the quality of life, it's like, what am I doing? Might as well just lie down in a grave somewhere. The money's not worth it. I just don't care. It's like, I already have enough money, and I'm not happy. What is more money going to do for me? I'd just be more unhappy. I'd have some more money, and I'd be more unhappy. And I'd just be more stressed, more upset, more often, more intensely, with less outlet. And yeah, it wouldn't be good. I would not last long. And that's not like a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's just self-knowledge, self-awareness. And being able to see that ahead of time, to be aware, and then making the best judgment call based on the person who I am, not who they want me to be. They want me to be this person that just, is like them, something they understand, who is motivated by money. And things. It's like, oh, if I work all these hours, I can afford to buy this and that and this and that, and then I get... No. It's just, I'm just not moved by things like that. So I guess it's like, I can't be bought. I can be encouraged and motivated to do things, but I don't know. So I just know it would be a bad decision for me. I mean, it would be the right decision for them. They think I would be good at it, and because they want me to be good at it, because that's what they've decided in advance, that if only I would do this, then their lives would be better. And since I am not complying with wishes, then something's wrong, and they're confused. So, I don't know. Like I said, I respecting my answer, and that's my part of it, is saying no and then sticking to it and being okay with it. And it's not like I'm regretting the decision in the slightest. So I feel good about that, because I was worried that I would be upset about having said no and then being like, oh no, this is a really good opportunity and I passed it up and it'll never be again. Because it's like, oh, he took a pass on this management position. Well, we won't offer to him again. Any position, ever. And probably like, yeah, that's probably okay with me. I don't think I want to rise in the... No. I don't think so. It just doesn't appeal to me. There's nothing that, yeah. So, okay. So anyway, far enough in. Now this will be towards the end and no one will ever see it. On that last, it's like, I saw the picture, and I've been following and I've been paying attention this whole time. Just wondering what's going on, wondering what's not going on. If I have anything to do with anything. If I'm even remotely involved in something. Which I can't really tell from this remote view. Maybe I'm supposed to be able to, maybe I'm supposed to know, but I don't, and I'm not good at this sort of thing at all. And it's not me being difficult, it's me being me. So, but I saw the picture, and of course, I can't help but be attracted. So I've gotten to know a person, and I think I know them. And I know I don't know who they are, and I don't know them well, and But from the sense I have about the person, and from the person who I think they are, even though they're not, but their constancy of a construct that I have imagined based on everything that's been presented over the course of a year and a half, information-wise, writing-wise, poetry-wise, yeah, developed a strong fondness and attraction. And so I see the photo, and yeah, it's a very nice photo. But and I see the smile, and I wonder, who's the smile for? Maybe there was just a smile about the day or something. But I'd like to think, of course. But that would be way too bold. And my own, who knows? It could be any number of things. But I like to dream. And I like to, I don't get many people that smile at me. I get confused looks. I get strange looks. But I rarely do people smile at me. And I like it when people smile at me. It just doesn't happen too often. And most of the time I get the impression it's like, who's this person? And that's the other thought, is like, that I need to like write about, is that the person, that my appearance does not tell the correct story. I do not say and do and believe and react and respond and behave as a person who looks like me does, or something like that. My appearance is deceptive. So people don't know. It's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to look to be the person who I actually am. It's like, what am I supposed to have different clothes? Or am I supposed to like have tattoos or piercings? Or I don't know. But obviously I do not look like a person who is like me is supposed to, or something. Because I'm just not normal. I look normal. That's the thing. And it's like, I need to wear a uniform or a costume to show off how not normal I am, so people can properly shun me and ostracize and alienate me, and put me in a corner somewhere. Or something like that. People get caught off guard by mine not being like how they think I should be for them. How dare I not be how they think I should be? I don't know. But anyway, just thoughts, just random thoughts. And again, how do I even make these little videos? It's like, just go on and on and on and on about nothing. And each one I'm probably recycling the same material and just resorting it and putting it back together in different phrases. And it's because I'm dealing with the same stuff every day, mostly. Usually there's a hidden element somewhere that I'm getting around to in my own time. And but I do like the anonymity factor, that no one who happens across these has any idea what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about, how I'm talking about it. It's just me just talking, and I have no idea how this comes out on the other end, or who's watching, if anybody ever sees it, and what they think. Like, just this crazy person or something. I don't know. But this is good grounding for me. This is a good grounding technique, and lets me know where I'm at, and if I'm, helps me to process and deal with everything, and it's fun, and I do get to, in my own way, get to try and practice a little bit of communication without boundaries, because yeah, I have my own boundaries, and anyway, I guess that's all. I should go. Don't want to accidentally say too much, because I've already done that, and it didn't go anywhere to my knowledge. Or did it? There's so much I don't know, so much more to be revealed, because a lot of times I don't even realize how much of an effect I may have already had, and I just need to keep going, keep doing what I'm doing, and just don't stop. If I'm doing something wrong, I will be let to know, I hope. So, I'd like to know more. I'd like to be able to ask questions. But for whatever reason, beyond my knowing and beyond my comfort level of wanting to ask, because I don't think I'd get an answer. Or at least I wouldn't get an answer I want to hear. So I'm just not going to ask. I'll just be a bit coy and aloof. But it doesn't mean I'm not interested. It just means I'm a little afraid. Intimidated. Yeah, it's like I'm intimidated. I'm afraid. It's like I've given some power that they have the ability to destroy me. And they haven't either figured out that that's what's happened, or they're using restraint. It's like, yeah. So it's like, I'm just being careful. Because, yeah. And also, I don't think they actually would. So, they are far too, I don't know. They are a whole archetype unto themselves. And I'm sure there are other people like them, but I haven't come across any. So, a whole diversity to themselves. So, and I've had the fortune to have some weird introduction, continuing to introduction, and a very different understanding of them than they probably feel comfortable. It's like I got to know them at a very strange time in their life, and I have a different picture of them maybe than they like, because it makes them, or maybe they feel a little bit more vulnerable, because I have seen things, or think I have, that they don't like to have to be aware of consciously, or just prefer because it's sensitive, maybe, or hurtful, or it undermines their self-image of how they want to represent themselves to the world. And so, I think, of course, I don't really even know. I'm just guessing. So, but it does give me something to guess about. Theory craft. hypotheticals, theoreticals. I have no testing. And my experiential data is wanting. But I guess for the record, I did see the picture and I did see the smile. So even if it has nothing to do with me, which most likely it has nothing to do with me, they were smiling about something. And that means that something's good. And it looked like a very genuine and it was a nice smile. And so that's good. And if I did have anything to do with it, and I'm helping to create a supportive environment where they feel valued and appreciated for their contributions to the world at large and their ability to influence situations that are normally beyond our control, where we feel powerless to change things because it's just the way we are. Maybe my continued helps them to feel more in charge of their own life and fate and fortune and direction. Then maybe they don't feel so alone. Like they have somebody that got their back. And I know they've got other people and stuff too. But who knows? But it's like I cannot be their champion. I cannot be their crusader. But I can be their friend. And if that's all I ever am, then okay. But like I say, I like to dream, and I tend to dream big. And, I have had a number of, interesting dreams. So there have been, So it might just be based on nothing though, my own imagination but apparently they are very real to me, even though I might not be nearly as real to them as what I'd like to be as real to them, but they are real to me. They've entered into my subconscious and are present in my thoughts a lot, and I look forward to their writing, and I like to see what they're up to, even though I don't have a special audience, or maybe I do, I just don't know it, and it's everybody else that's just getting to witness, whereas, like I said. So anyway, this is getting really long, and now it's really awkward. So now I'm going to wrap this up and go. So. Anyway, okay, I'm just gonna go now, because, this doesn't have an end. I'll just keep going. So, anyway.